No, 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 no. No, I'm trying to concentrate. I don't need Lucy Brain interrupting me.
But I'm bored.
I don't care if you're bored.
I need to study.
I've got to figure out what is going on in my garden and how I'm going to fix it.
Just want to have fun.
You're a nuisance. Go away. Get out of my head. Go away. Poof. There you have it. Put these button rods. Jeez Louise, would you stop doing that?
Okay, cranky pants.
I just wanted to say, there's an easy solution to this. All you have to do is call the pro. And he's handsome too. Maybe she's not so goofy after all. Toodaloo. He is handsome. Hi, I'm Janet, Mrs. Farmer Brown, and welcome to Farmer Brown's Paradise. So you're a gardener. You've got all your veggies planted, and you go out for a morning coffee walk, a lovely stroll, breathing a happy sigh of relief and pat on the back of satisfaction, right? Then, to what do your wondering eyes to appear? Miniature holes, powdery dust, speckled spots here and there. What could have happened? What could it be? Your bushy better boys are all eaten, you see. It's a problem, isn't it? Well, today we're going to talk about that topic. It's not my favorite topic, but it's important. We're going to focus today on three main areas that will attack your garden and how we can attack back. The first area are viruses. And the second area are fungi. And lastly, we need to talk about those gross and nasty bugs. Topic number one, viruses. And I think it's the worst one because it's the hardest one, in my opinion, to deal with. Plant pathogens can't fly on their own, and the tiniest ones of all, viruses, can travel a few miles. And they do it via the insects inside their bodies, which is another reason we definitely need to talk about bugs and getting rid of those. But anyway, viruses are usually rather localized or regional, and the absolute best defense against viruses is to plant resistant varieties. For example, here in the southeast, corn can get a virus called maize dwarf mosaic virus. And that's going to be really hard to fight against. About the only thing you really can do is try to plant resistant varieties to that. And the other thing about viruses, since they are carried by insects, is that the only thing I've read that you can try is to use a reflective mulch. They sell one called Brighten Up, but truthfully it just looks like aluminum foil. So you could try using aluminum foil around the base of your plant and securing it down with clips or some such thing. What that does is it creates a mirror effect and kind of distracts the insects, and they're not sure what it is and won't land on your plants. However, once your plants get larger and the leaves begin to cover up that reflectability, they might come in. So That's all I've got on viruses. Maybe you folks out there could comment if you know anything else to try. So let's move on to step number 2, fungi. All kinds of funguses live in the soil, good ones and bad ones. And we have to find a way to combat those bad ones. By the time you see some sort of fungal issue on your plant, there are thousands upon thousands of spores, because it takes that many for you to actually even see the first sign of a fungal development. So the sooner you catch it, the better off you are, and the better chances you have of eradicating it. So we're going to go through some products here, basic organic products that you can try for combating your fungal problem. Plain milk. Let me put my glasses on here just to make sure I'm telling you the right things. A half a cup of milk mixed with 2 cups of water. When you spray it on in the sunlight, it becomes a pretty powerful fungicide, disinfectant fungicide against all those fungal spores. It doesn't last very long though, so you would need to spray it about every 3 days if you decide to go the milk route. Number 2, baking soda. 1 teaspoon in a quart of water, plus a few little drops of soap to help it stick, is another good fungicide. However, this mix doesn't stick very well on leaves that are hairy, so it might not be your best option. Another product is this one right here, Serenade. It is a biofungicide, and it is used to help control bacterial spot, powdery mildew, rust, gray mold, leaf blight, scab. Last year I used this a lot right after a rain. I would go out and spray the lower leaves of the tomato plants with it, just kind of as an extra precaution to try to prevent blight from occurring. The next one is a copper fungicide, and I would say use this with caution. This is where you want to go if nothing else is working. Copper can be very damaging to the soil life. It will kill earthworms and any other microorganisms in your soil. It will not leach, and it will not break down. So use it very, very judiciously. Actinovate. A brand new one that I have just heard about, and I'm really excited about it, and I've seen great results with it already. This biofungicide is not harmful to pets, to bees, to humans, and I love that very much. The mixture is 1 teaspoon per gallon of water with a few drops of soap. I put it in a regular sprayer like this one. This one holds 2 gallons, and I have to mix full 2 gallons because we have about 1,500 square feet of gardens. And the one thing about the sprayers, if you're new to gardening and you've never bought sprayers, always get one. They're pretty cheap, but always get one that has this release valve right there. See, I released this the other day, but there was still air in it. And that allows you to release the pressure before you take the handle off. So maybe that's a tip if you're a newbie and have never used one. Oh, one other thing about Actinovate. After you open it, it needs to go in the refrigerator. So I put it in a Ziploc bag, seal it, and get it out the next time I'm ready to spray or mix. And also, it only has a shelf life of about a year. So my schedule is once a week, I will mix up the Actinovate mix and I spray it on everything that needs it. And I usually do that in the middle of the week on Wednesdays or Thursdays, somewhere around there. And lastly, neem, pure neem, mixed with insecticidal soap. And by the way, this is Dr. Bronner's Sal Sud soaps. It's all that I use. This is the soap that I use to put and mix with the other items that I had mentioned earlier. But neem is kind of a lap over from fighting the funguses and also the bugs. So let's go to number 3, the nasty bugs. Neem is a botanical insecticide from the neem tree, and it is highly effective on over 90% of your targeted insects that you're after. But I will say this, it works on soft-bodied insects, and it works better when they're in the small larval stages. If they get to be the adult size and you've got a major infestation, you're probably going to have to add something additional to spray with, and we'll talk about one of those in a second. But anyway, when I mix my neem, I mix it, let's talk about it for a minute. Neem is an oil, a horticultural oil, and if it gets kind of solidified if it's in cooler weather. So if it's not stored where it's 70, 75 degrees or warmer, you're going to need to drop the bottle down into something warm, a warm sink or warm whatever, to get the viscosity going so that it will flow so that you can pour it. I mix for mine, just do a little demo here because this is how I do it. I will fill up my sprayer almost full, whether I'm spraying 1 gallon, 2 gallons, whatever. We'll say 1 gallon just for this demonstration purposes. So I have a jar here of warm water, and the first thing I'm going to do is pour my tablespoon of neem in, and another 2 tablespoons of neem for each gallon of water. And then, let's see here, and look here, see how the oil is sticking on the top? This is why, another reason why we're going to add the insecticidal soap. So, you're going to want to use 1 to 2 teaspoons of your insecticidal soap. And when you do that in your warm water mix, you're just going to shake it up like a milkshake. And voila, it's all mixed. So you want to fill your sprayer first with water and then dump your milkshake mix in before you spray. And go after the nasty, nasty bugs and fungal diseases. When you need to target really specific bugs and they're more in their adult stages, this is the product that I use. It is called the brand is Captain Jack's Dead Bug, but it is spinosad, and spinosad is a bacteria, and it's, like I said, it's used on more life stages of bugs. And it kills by ingestion. It's not an on-contact thing. So once you spray the bugs, they will immediately stop eating and then die within 2 or 3 days. It has a residual of about 7 to 10 days. At least this does. You'd have to check your label. So you would have to respray. An interesting thing, though, about spinosad is that it is considered the only fire ant control that you can use in your gardens. Now, I don't know when that statement was made or how long ago, but that's interesting. It says not to spray this if your plants are flowering, because here's the bad part about spinosad. It is dangerous to bees. So the only time you want to use spinosad is at night after the bees are gone for the evening. And again, the spinosad will work on fire ants, caterpillars, thrips, whiteflies, aphids, leaf miners, scales, plant bugs, borers of fruit trees. So quite a menagerie there. The other product I don't have is BT, which is also a bacteria. A lot of people like to use BT. And again, it affects the little wormy stages of development. Most people stick with BT just for caterpillars because it's not harmful to bees like the spinosad is. But you still need to spray it at night if you buy a BT product, because it will photodegrade, and you'll also have to repeat spraying probably a lot faster than you will with the spinosad. The BT probably will photodegrade within a couple of days. And lastly, I had to show you Mr. Neem's gun. My husband Randy, Mr. Farmer Brown. This is an atomized fog sprayer. I call it a fogger. We bought it a couple of years ago, mostly because we have a huge amount of gardens to spray, but also this thing works beautifully. It diffuses fantastically. It sprays a very fine mist, and it's easy to get it on all parts of the leaves and the plants, because remember, when you're spraying, you need to be sure to spray the underneath sides of the leaves. So we'll close out with Dr. Neem, Mr. Farmer Brown, using his weapon out in the gardens, going after those nasty bugs. Bye. And always remember, have a good one.